Hello and welcome to Vinyasa practice today. I'm Lindsay and I will be guiding you through this practice. Just before we get started, I just wanted to note a few things. So in a Vinyasa practice, as most of you know who are doing this, it's a movement, it's flowing, it's a little bit quicker than say a Hatha practice. I personally don't teach like a super quick Vinyasa, but we do continually move. So with that in mind, just making sure that you're modifying and adjusting as needed for your body and what you're feeling today in this moment when you're practicing with me. So things like putting your knees down in lunges or planks or in any of those postures, even downward dog. And so it's really about just listening to your body and doing what feels best for you, not necessarily, doing exactly what I'm doing. So, just keep that in mind. A little thing to think about is if you are moving through this practice and you're in these postures and you're having a hard time breathing and it's being really constricted, take that as an indication to maybe just ease off of yourself a little bit, soften, adjust, modify, and so in the end that you feel better in the end, and you feel like you've gained those benefits, and you enjoyed the practice. So making sure you have some sort of block with you. A lot of us don't have blocks at home, so books or pots or anything that's kind of stable, that's going to bring the floor closer, will be really beneficial for the class today. And just keeping them towards the top of your mat is always a good thing to do when starting a class. So whenever you're ready, let's get started. Okay, we're going to begin laying down on our backs. So just coming to lay on your back here. And we're going to bring the soles of the feet together, letting the arms just open nice and wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. Close the eyes. Take a deep breath in and a nice deep breath out. Just beginning here on our backs in this posture, just to allow ourselves to center. Allow ourselves to check in. And checking in on a physical level, mental, emotional, energetic level. Where are you sitting in this moment right now? And then starting to breathe here with attention, with awareness. Inhaling a little more fully. A little pause when you fill up. And an exhale to release and let everything go. A little pause when everything's released. And then continue breathing in a little more deeply. With a pause and a nice exhale to release. It's always good to take a few moments at the beginning of a practice to just collect yourself, settle the body. Especially at home where, maybe it's hard to find a space to practice in that's, all to yourself or quiet. So moving from, busy family time or doing work or whatever it is to this. So it's a time of transition as well. And to give yourself permission that you're here, you're committing to doing yoga and moving and breathing. Good. So with that, let's bring the soles of the feet to the floor and bring that right knee in towards the chest here. Give it a nice good hug inwards. And then left leg stays bent or extend it nice and long, flexing the foot. And we're going to bring that right knee in, maybe off to the side a little bit, maybe releasing that left hand if that feels more comfortable. And just a little flow side to side, knee reaching up towards the underarm, top of leg reaching into side body. Maybe a little circling happening here. And then whenever you're ready, let's bring it into a twist. Right leg crosses the body over to the left, lifting the lower back away from the floor. Right shoulder may lift, but let's drop it back down and maybe gaze over that right shoulder. And just being here for a couple of deep breaths. And it's good to warm up the body. Some nice light stretching before getting right into it. Good. On the next inhale breath, let's bring that right knee back in. Drop it down to the floor, left knee in towards the chest. Again, right knee bent or extend the leg long. Bring the left knee in off to the side with one hand or both, whatever's most comfortable. Kind of reaching that knee towards the underarm here. Good, a little circling perhaps. And then when you're ready, let's bring that knee over to the right side now. Opening up the lower back, lowering the left side, the left shoulder, and maybe gaze looking over in that direction here for a few breaths here. Into a twist. Getting that movement and rotation in the spine, nice open space in the side body to breathe into. Good. And then once again, come back to center. This time, left knee in, right knee in towards the chest here. Just give a nice little hug, a squeeze, maybe knees wide. Again, a little circling side to side. Whatever feels good here. Good. And then when you're ready, right arm reaches overhead, rolling onto that right side, and just pressing ourselves up and over and coming into a table position. So setting yourself up into table, spread the fingers comfortable distance, knees just under your hips here. You know, pressing down through those hands so the shoulders stay lifted. You have that subtle engagement through center. Crown of head reaching in one direction, tailbone reaching in the opposite direction here. And when through stability through your hand, just moving the spine through cat and cow, starting with that cat spine exhale, tuck the chin, think about that tailbone dropping down towards the backs of the knees and using that inhale breath to reverse the curve of the spine, tilting tailbone up, sending the chest up through the arms and skyward. Then just taking a few rounds here, and exhale moves you into cat spine, and inhale breath into cow spine. Good. And just starting to move with that breath here. Sync up breath and movement together, your pace. Maybe it's a little slower, maybe it's a little quicker. Let's do one more on each side. And as we begin to flow with our breath, it starts to slow the fluctuations of the mind, of the thoughts, of the constant. And allows us just to move more inward to where we are right now. So we'll meet back into a table position with our toes tucked, rooting down through those hands. Hover the knees just a few inches. Without lifting the back or the spine, we're keeping it nice and neutral, pressing the ground away. Taking a few strong breaths here. Just letting your attention move into that breathing and away from maybe the challenge that you're facing right now. Breathe instead. Awareness falls there. Good. Let's drop the knees down. Right arm extended, left leg back, pointer pose. Nice and long, flex fingers, flex toes. Exhale, knee to elbow, hug in round and extend on the inhale breath. Good. Elbow to knee, hug and squeeze. Press the ground away and extend. One last time. Elbow to knee, press the ground away. Inhale, take it nice and long. Good, let's bring it down all right to the other side. Left arm, right leg. Find length, flexion, hug everything inwards. Dial the big toe down and elbow to knee, exhale. Hug in round and extend. Good, knee to elbow and extend. Let's do that one more time. Knee to elbow, press the ground away, squeeze in and extend back into your pointer. Let's bring it down, take a little rest off our wrists, child's pose, a couple deep breaths. And keep your arms extended, even tiptoe the fingers further to the top of the mat as our hips drop towards our heels. Just stretching in through the side body. Being here, one more breath. Good, nice exhale. Good, let's come up and move our way into downward facing dog. So spreading the fingers to a comfortable distance, elbows bend slightly out to the side as if you're coming into a push-up. Scoop in, drop the shoulders back, pick up those knees, keep them nice and bent for now as the tailbone extends skyward. So we start by finding that nice tall, lengthy spine, tailbone skyward reaching, and then maybe we start to, straighten the legs, straighten the knees. But just know that straight legs isn't the goal of this posture, or heels hitting the mat is not the goal.
Okay, keeping that nice long spine first and foremost, breathing deeply, and then just working on this pose from there. Good, let's float forward, find plank pose. Press the ground away, good opportunity to drop down onto forearms. Good, if wrists seem really sensitive here. Good. Try not to let the hips drop below the shoulders or above the shoulders. Tailbone reaching, one more breath. Good, downward facing dog, up and back. One breath in, stay for that exhale. Good, let's float forward one more time. Shoulders over wrists, weight-bearing pose. Press the ground away, plank. Good, nice and strong and stable in this posture. Crown of head in one direction, heels and tailbone reaching in the opposite. Good. Let's take it back, downward facing dog. Nice, when you're ready, right leg to sky. Breathe in, reach up. Bring knee into chest. Press the ground away, step through. Left knee to mat. Inhale into that low lunge. Stretch, reach, and rise. Lift the eyes. Open the chest. Reach back. Nice. Let's bring the hands down. Plant them down. Pick up the back knee. Top of mat. Forward fold. Exhale. Good. Press down through the feet. Let go of the head, neck, and shoulders. Take one more nice deep breath. In and out. Good, soften the knees, reach the arms forward. Nice big breath in, reach and rise. Palms touch, look up, stretch back. Bend the knees, exhale, hinge at the hips, forward folds. Good, same side, left foot to the back of the mat. High lunge, back knee stays lifted as we inhale, reach the arms skyward. Draw those pinkies in as the shoulders release down. Bend into that knee, sweep the arms back, runner's lunge. So crown of head reaches forward, hovering the torso just over this front knee. Eyes just beyond that front foot here. Strength through the fingers and the foot reaching back, chest and crown of head reaching forward. Good, let's release the hands down towards the floor, plank pose. One nice deep breath, press the ground away, hug in. Good, downward facing dog. Exhale, breath. Left leg to sky, inhale, reach. Knee to chest, press the ground away, space and strength. Top of mat when you're ready, back knee taps down, and inhale, breath, low lunge. Sit up nice and tall, lift the eyes, lift the chest, open up through the heart here. Breathe it in. Good, and then exhale, brings the hands down, pick up the back knee, step forward, top of mat. Exhale, head, neck, and shoulders. Heavy breath, releasing. Bend into the knees, inhale, rise. Breathe in, reach up, open chest. Good, soften those knees, a big exhale breath to release back down. Again, same side for high lunge. A high lunge, reach that right foot back, inhale when you're ready, up into that high crescent lunge. Eyes forward, strong and through the legs as we release the arms back into that runner's lunge. Good. So through that back heel, reach through this left knee, bend. Good, squeeze and hug in. Be here, one nice deep breath. Hug in. Good, release the hands. Find that plank pose as you step back. Strong and steady, press the ground away, hug in. Feel as if you're trying to reach hands to toes, toes to hands, or if those knees are down, work with the knees. Downward facing dog, up and back. Nice big breath. Okay, let's keep moving. Inhale, right leg to sky. Good, knee to chest, hug in around, step forward, top of mat, high lunge. Inhale, reach up. Good, one breath here to settle. Good, runner's lunge. Once again, reach back. Good. Send the crown of the head in one direction, left heel in the opposite direction. Release the hands down, plank pose. Downward facing dog, exhale. Left leg to sky, breathe in. Knee to chest, step through, top of mat, high lunge. Inhale when you're ready, reach and rise. Take a nice deep breath in, settle. Good, runner's lunge. Crown of head reaching, gaze forward. Good, spread the toes. Press down, find strength, foundation. Release the hands, plank pose. Downward facing dog, up and back. Good, right leg once again up, knee to chest, step it through, high lunge, rise up, inhale. Good, runner's lunge, reach back. Inhale, high lunge. Warrior 2, back heel spins flat, arms open nice and wide. Eyes just beyond the right fingers, bend into right knee. Outer edge of left foot pressing down with strength. Keep the steadiness of the lower body, not moving that right knee. Open up the palm, reverse warrior. Reaching arm up, draw pinky in, curl the chest skyward. Left hand tiptoes down the back leg, open up. Good, let's come back. Windmill the hands to the floor, pick up the back heel, plank pose. Downward dog. Left leg to sky, inhale. Knee to chest, stepping through. Meet up in high lunge when you're ready. Woo. Good. Breathing in. Let's find that runner's lunge. Reaching back. Roll the shoulders back, lift the gaze. Re-strengthen that right leg here, one breath. Good, back into high lunge, reach and rise with those fingers and eyes. Warrior 2, back heel flat, arms open nice and wide. Paying attention to that left knee, keeping it nice and bent. Stable foundation, open up left palm. We reach up. Some of us like to reach back. Nice, inhale, turn the pinky in. Exhale, let's release hands down. Pick up the back heel, step back, plank. Press the ground away, downward facing dog, up and back. Let's keep moving. Inhale, right leg, reach up. Knee to chest. Step through. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, runner's lunge. Stay for an extra breath here. Spread the toes, get into the feet. Eyes lift. Inhale. Good. Warrior 2, exhale. Bend into knee. Open up the right palm. Reach it back. Continue to reach the right knee forward as that top arm reaches. Good. Landing back in our warrior 2. Let's take that right arm, reach it forward. Pause. Hug everything in. Land that right forearm onto that front thigh. Press into the leg, so shoulders away from the ear, left arm to sky. Start here, take a moment, continue to press away. Right side of the body is working with you. The option to take left arm, sweep it overhead, think pinky drawing in, chest curling skyward. Good, keep those feet rooting down so body stays lifted. Take one more nice deep breath. Good. Let's let the eyes drop down, release the hands, pick up the back heel, plank pose. Downward facing dog. Left leg, inhale. You're doing great. Knee to chest, step through top of mat. Find stability, rise up, inhale, high lunge. Good, exhale to that runner's lunge. Good, reaching back, lift the eyes. Nice, inhale back into high lunge. Back heel roots into your warrior 2. Good, find your feet, root down, bend into left knee. Keep it there as you open up into that reverse warrior. Left arm reaching again, some of us reach behind us. Okay, reaching for that front thigh, whatever works. Keeping left knee reaching forward, left arm reaching back. Beautiful, let's come back into that warrior 2, strong and steady. Left arm, forearm down, so notice if shoulders up into ears, press it away, curl the chest and eyes upwards, reach up with strength through the right hand, and option to extend it overhead. You want to feel that left side of the body scooping up and looking past that right bicep. Good. Spread the toes, keep rooting down to keep the body lifted, open, and strong. Good. Let's take the gaze down, release the hands, pick up back heel, plank pose. Good. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Good. A little bit more. Let's keep moving. Inhale, reach up, knee to chest. Step through top of mat, back into that high lunge. We're here. We're breathing. Exhale, runner's lunge. Really nice. Breathing in, high lunge. Breathing out, warrior 2. Settle, open up, exhale, reach back for reverse warrior. Good, coming forward right into that side angle.
Forearm down, left arm to sky, maybe overhead, nice big breath. Good, warrior two, let's come back up here. Coming into half moon, so moving into a little bit of balance, left hand grabs the left hip. Now hopefully you have your block nice and close. What I like to do is start to heel toe the back foot in, so weight starts to come more and more into that right foot. Let's grab a hold of our block here. I'm just gonna move towards the back of my mat a little bit. So with our block into our right hand, we're gonna bring that block beyond the right foot here. Now in balancing postures, we really always want this right foot to be at 12 o'clock. So imagine the mat as a clock here. So whatever starts to go left to right, I want you to come out, reset. Okay, solid foundation. Left hand to left hip. So to bring your weight more and more forward, and when you're ready, as you start to transition your weight, make sure shoulders over wrist, and that right foot is at that 12 o'clock. So as we begin here, start to feel that left hip start to curl up, left shoulder curl up, start to open. Top leg's nice and strong, flex the foot, lift from inner thigh. Good. So maybe we begin to start to curl the chest slightly upwards. Good. Maybe both hands have to stay down on the blocks. Okay, that's a great option. Okay, top arm maybe lifts up. Nice. You guys got this. Take 2 more full breaths wherever you are. If you fall out, you have time to come back in. Try again, practice. Find that foundation, build from there. Good, hand to hip. Square off the hips, drop the left foot down. Nice big exhale, forward folds. Bend into knees, plant the hands, plank pose. Good, downward facing dog. Take it with the left side, inhale, reach up. Knee to chest, step through. Take your time. When you're ready, inhale to that high lunge. Soften the shoulders. Exhale, runner's lunge, reach back. Good. Inhale all the way up and open to your warrior two. Back foot's on that angle that's parallel to the short edge of the mat. Bend into left knee, soften shoulders, look forward, open up, reverse warrior. Good. Keep bending into left knee to create that space and openness. Float all the way forward. Forearm onto front thigh, right arm to sky. Press down to lift up, curl up. Maybe that right arm extends overhead. Take a moment, be here. Pressing down, opening up. Good. Back into that warrior two. So that half moon pose. So this time, right hand to right hip. Left hand. So again, I bring myself back a few inches. And whenever we come into balancing, it's all about alignment. So we have that stability to grow and build from. So as we start to bring ourselves into this posture, reach the block forward. Weight comes more and more into that left leg. And again, maybe both hands are on the blocks to start here. Okay? As we bring our right hand to right hip, we start to curl up and open. And one side might be a better balancing side for you. I think my left side is a more challenging side for me. So just take it nice and slow. Start to curl, dial that big toe, and maybe that top arm comes up here. Press down through that standing foot. Good, nice strong top leg reaching upwards. Take these last few breaths here. Let the eyes just fall somewhere still. Good. And one limb at a time, drop it back to the top of the mat into a forward fold. Amazing. Bend your knees, plant your hands, plank pose, step back. Press the ground away, breathe. Let's tap our knees down, take a slow lower all the way down onto the mat here. Good. So we're gonna bring our palms right underneath our shoulders area, upper chest. Draw the elbows in, tips the shoulders back, zip the legs together, tops the feet down. Imagine there's a little candle underneath your navel. So drawing away from that. Subtle engagement there. Hover the hands, hug in even more. And then inhale, we're gonna not only lift, we're gonna reach back and lift. Feet are down, hugging in. Good, a little exhale lowers us.
Use your inhale breath to maybe come up again.
Good, hug in, reach back. A little lower.
And we'll do that one more time, nice big breath.
Elbows hug in, hover. Good.
Inhale. Can really get that heart rate going. Let's release our arms, extend them back, turn them down or in. Zip the legs, lift the legs. Almost feeling like you're balancing on those hip points here. Okay, so same thing. We're going to hug everything in, reach back, and that'll help lift us up. So hug in, reach back, open up. Good. Let's stay for a few breaths. You got this. Maybe an inhale lifts you up a little more. Really good strengthening for the back. Good. One more breath. You got this. Okay, let's take a little breath. Right ear to the mat. And drop the shoulders down. Good. The next place we're going to come to is onto our forearms. So as we set up for our forearms, grab just the space right underneath the shoulders on both sides, and then reach them apart as far as they'll go. And that's the distance that you want to be here. We're going to release the arms at that distance, clasp the hands together, drop the forearms onto the floor. So what we want to do is not have those shoulders into ears. We want to press the ground away. Good. Shoulders are lifted. We're using the strength in our arms to press the ground away. We're going to tuck our toes under. First, start with coming to knees and just lifting the hips away from the floor. So forearm plank here, pressing ground away, shoulders away from ears. Option to lift those knees. So either or. So dolphin is where we're headed. So dolphin, we start to lift the hips as if we're coming into a downward dog. And we continue to press the ground away, keep the shoulders lifted, and just walk until our depth in this posture. Really great strengthening for this upper body. Maybe prep for future, headstands. Good. And other types of inversions. Let's see if we can stay for just another few breaths here, using the arms, press the ground away, tailbone to sky. You got this. Good. And then in the next couple breaths, whenever you're ready, and we can slowly just take it down to a child's pose, untuck the toes, and drop yourself back. So staying nice and low in our child's pose, we'll just begin to walk our hands off to the right side. So as we walk ourselves, our body and our arms, keeping the hips drawing towards the heels, especially that left side. You can even take that right hand on top of that left hand to create that space and resistance right through the ribs there, the left side of the body. Take a few moments, breathe. Good, and then take a little walk off to the left side when you're ready. Right hip draws down. Maybe left hand over right to hold it in place, to find that deeper stretch or place. Good. And then as we come back, just getting into the upper back and shoulder here, we're going to thread that right arm under the left. And that left arm can stay extended, or hand can just be placed in front of the face area. And just a couple good breaths. Reaching the arm through as far as it wants to go. Kind of looking underneath that left arm. Good. Unthread the right side. Move to the opposite side here. And just allowing the head to settle where it will, comfortably. And then just coming back into that child's pose for a brief moment, and then walking yourself up to a seated position, bringing those legs out and around, out in front, towards the top of the mat, and come to a seated position. So let's flex our feet, feel the legs drop down, kind of that muscle engagement. I like to bring my hands just behind me, just to press down, to really encourage that tall spine. Crown of head lifting, kind of drawing the shoulders towards each other, wrapping the ribs forward. Good. And then staying here if this feels comfortable and exactly where you need to be. Maybe those arms extend forward. We never want to lose the integrity of the posture just to be somewhere else. So tall spine. Maybe the arms stretch upwards. Okay, be where you need to be. Take a few strong breaths. Eyes are forward, if not slightly lifted. Good. Let's inhale, everyone reach up. And nice exhale, just come to a nice easy forward fold, palms to sky, round into the back, drop the chin in. Good. Breathing in, let's reach up, inhale. Good, bring the hands behind you once again, palms or fingertips to floor, bend the knees. Boat pose. So we'll reach back or lean slightly back, keep the chest nice and lifted, eyes lifted, and that nice tall spine. So this might be, again, exactly where you need to be. Maybe the palms stay down, the legs lift. Maybe that option, arms extend, maybe the legs extend. Okay, just a few good breaths in our boat pose here. Even curl those lips up into a smile. Let's all pretend we're enjoying it. Maybe you are. Maybe this is one of your favorite postures. Good, you got this. This last full breath here. Everything lifts upwards. Beautiful. Let's bring the soles of the feet together here. I'll turn around. Soles of the feet together. Take a breath in, sit tall, and just a nice breath out, fold in. Maybe release the hands. Allow the back to round. Press the feet in towards each other. Good. Let's lift the head, lift the gaze once again here. Good. We'll turn around and lower ourselves onto our mat here, grabbing our knees in towards the chest, taking them with us. So we're going to bring the legs, the knees at about a 90-degree angle here, flexion in the feet. Palms come to the tops of the thighs. We're going to press the legs away. Legs are going to press into the legs. Good. So they're resisting each other. The legs want to come forward. Our hands are pressing them away. So you're creating your own resistance here. So find your depth in the posture. Feel the back of the head, the upper, mid, and lower back pressing down as much as possible, especially that lower back. And then just find that resistance that you can hold with, breathe with, and be here. Knowing that just after a few breaths, you'll feel stronger, more steady. Good, last breath. Bring it in. And then drop those knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a nice hug. Open the arms nice and wide. Legs go to the right into a twist. Lift the arms, smooth it out, lay it back down, and maybe look over in that direction. I love a twist. They're one of my favorite types of postures. If my back ever feels stiff, just come into some sort of twist, either laying or seated. Next inhale, breath. Let's bring those legs back up. And just take a little flow over to the opposite side. Again, pick up the arm, maybe gaze over. This is also a good opportunity. You can bring, a pillow between the legs if that feels more comfortable to do so. And when you're ready, come back up. Nice. Grab a hold of those knees once again. Just give a nice little pull inwards. Good. We'll drop the feet down, preparing for bridge pose. So we'll bring the heels close to the back body. This might be a good opportunity to bring a pillow or a block in between the knees. It's a good way to continue to hug in and keep the legs at that hip width distance apart measurement, because sometimes the tendency is knees start to fall away from each other once we come into the posture. So we'll set up our arms alongside the body, close enough that the fingers even touch the heels. Tuck the shoulders under. And before we move, just remember not to look left or right once you're lifted up into bridge pose. Eyes are always towards the ceiling or the sky, wherever you are. And when you're ready, press down through the feet, lift the hips. Notice if the knees splay apart, draw them inwards. Reach the knees forward, chest towards the chin. Good. Press the ground away, maybe clasp the hands under the back. And keep the palms downwards. Again, reach the knees forward, lift the chest towards the chin, eyes upwards. Keep breathing here. Good. Let's lift the heels away from the floor. Maybe lift the body up a little bit more. Good. And then when you're ready, starting from the top of the back, begin to lower nice and slow. Mid-back. And as you start to lower even more, reach the tailbone forward and then drop the lower back to the floor. 1 foot at a time, comes back to the floor. Walk the feet slightly wider. Let them roll side to side just very lightly and gently. And then walk them even wider. Let the knees knock in. Let the arms open nice and wide. Release the back. Release the hips. Good. And then when you're ready, separate the knees. One leg at a time, we find our way into our final Shavasana. Now, if you're in a Shavasana and you feel, the back of the body doesn't feel quite comfortable, bring a pillow or a block or something underneath the knees or the upper legs here just to rest upon, so it kind of grounds your lower back a little bit more in your hips and your pelvis. Okay. Take a few moments as we enter into this posture to really kind of take a little wiggle, making sure that you're in a space where you can find stillness and quiet for a few minutes. So you can let your body release all that effort. The toes fall, the fingers curl in, the eyes eventually close. We allow the breath just to flow as it will, in and out. And we use our breath as this anchor. When we become still, that's when the monkey mind can begin. The thoughts, maybe the anxiety, maybe all the things that we have to do starts coming into the mind. So our practice here is to see and observe and be aware of the thoughts and things that are entering the mind. At this time, just trying not to attach to them or give them power. Bring your attention back into your breathing, into your body. Knowing that it's okay, you're giving yourself this permission to be still, to be quiet for just a few minutes. It's a way to reset, maybe. So just continue to lay in your Shavasana for a few more minutes. And I want you to put the effort into this Shavasana that you put into every other pose through this practice. That same amount of effort. This Shavasana creates this symmetry, not only for our practice, but for our lives. This chance to settle, find ease. It's very powerful. It's our minds that typically don't allow us. So just like we work the body and exercise the body and build muscle and flexibility and strength, we can do the same for our minds in these times when we pause in Shavasana. We become aware, we observe, we don't attach ourselves to all the things that are going on in the mind, past, present, future. We acknowledge, and then we bring ourselves back to our present moment.
Take as much time in this posture as you have in your day, wherever you are in your day. When you do get up, just get up slowly and mindfully, peacefully. Take a few moments, take a few breaths to transition back into your day. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice. I hope you feel good and energized. And until next time, namaste.